game, it's really hard. Eventually that hit's going to come, right? And so Shinji has to be willing to play patient on defense and take his life lead and run with it.
It's interesting to note, too, the little psychology of the characters and the players. Like, look at the aesthetic, right? Like, Supercharged, very, like, kind of lame, slow patient. Picks just default Bison. And then we got Shinji, more aggressive, kind of goes in your face, and he picks this,
this aggressive style Bison.
Psycho Bison, so.
All right, so it looks like we're going to get into it.
You have to immerse into your character, right?
This is winner's side. It's going to be 3 out of 5. And this is game 1. We're getting right into it. Early side switch from Mikeand1ke.
And again, like we were just talking about Shinji's his willingness to jump in more. He's a very aggressive Bison.
Jump. So I was actually really surprised that Mikeand1ke tried to establish command grab early. Against Bison, it is really strong, but you still run the risk. Oh, big crush counter. Yeah, you run the risk of this. Like, this is all from one missed command grab, and Shinji's going to take this life lead. He's going to run with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like when Bison has a life lead, he can bully a little bit more on offense because his risks all of a sudden pay off much more.
All right.
Mikeand1ke not out of it, though. All right, EX Fireball +5 on block. You just have to hold it.
Again, that's 2 command grabs. He got punished for it, but he's showing that he doesn't care, right? And I kind of understand the situation. It's the first round out of 3 out of 5. Just throw some risk out there and just see what happens.
Yeah, establish it early. See how your opponent is willing to react. No! Okay, so Shinji V-reversals the overhead, but it's
very highly punishable.
And he's got the life lead. I don't know if I agree with that use of meter.
Still do this.
Oh, overhead again?
Command grab. There it is. Yep.
Wow. So Shinji kind of just got caught looking early. I'm really surprised.
Kind of just stole that round, but again, I wouldn't really call it stealing because Mikeand1ke just showing no fear. He realized he's like, this is 1 round out of possibly 3. Just
right, and he whiffed a command grab and got punished as hard as he probably could, right? And he still won that round. Right? Yeah, he still won the round. So
and now again, if I'm looking at Shinji, I'm thinking, all right, was this guy scared now? Like
Shinji going for a throw into the EX stomp follow up, baiting out the V reversal. That's pretty good.
Both players just willing to burn the V reversals. Obviously, you can tell it's very volatile. Like they're scared, right? They both want to just be pressing buttons, doing their things.
Yeah, you can tell these are 2 players that are comfortable being on the offensive side of things. And I think that's why they've been so willing to spend the V trigger and use it for a V reversal instead.
But I think if you're battling lower in the battle of offense, I think that's one you lose with 4 frames and no V reversal.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. Oh, caught looking again. That's not going to quite do it. One more situation here. There's a +5. Oh, okay. I think Shinji blocked cross up prematurely, and Mikeand1ke hadn't jumped over quite yet. So blocked the wrong side, unfortunately.
Just little delays here and there.
Yeah. So solid first game from Mikeand1ke. However, Shinji did take both of those rounds down to the wire.
But even though those are two of those rounds, I think Shinji's in control. Like, he has to take a look at it and say, like, it looks on paper that's a 2-0, but it went down to the wire each round.
I think that he got the looks on offense that he wanted, but he wasn't willing enough to sit back and protect his life lead, right? He kept going in, which eventually opened up opportunities for Mikeand1ke to go in.
But again, it's just seeing them just kind of ping-pong back and forth between V-reversal. It was a V-reversal, okay, I get to go in, V-reversal. And we see the switch to Ibuki. I actually mentioned earlier that he does have a pocket Ibuki.
He's got a pocket Ibuki. I haven't seen too much of it, so I'm not sure how developed it is. I think
his Ibuki's good. I think it might go down to the DGL thing where it's like, okay, she has a real reversal this time around, and he gets to dictate more of the neutral. He doesn't have to play the Bison where he just sits there and let things happen to him.
I would have to imagine that for him to pull it out on this stage, it's got to be pretty developed, right? So, big
and
counter
just,
hit.
Again, right away, that aggressive playstyle that he has with Bison translating to a character that actually can get a lot out of playing aggressive. Like, very mix-up heavy player. He played Viper in Street Fighter 4, so.
He almost looks more at home with a character that has sort of the offensive potential.
And there we go, like representing right away that he's willing to burn that and just wake up.
Okay, so that was actually kind of a missed opportunity by Shinji. That overhead is comboable, and it ends up kind of biting him there because he didn't convert the damage that he could have. All right, so round 2. Mikeand1ke is up 1-0 in the set.
I like this from Shinji.
Oh, the fake cross under?
He seemed to kind of slow it down a little bit. He realized that after 3 straight rounds, this whole batting heads offense versus offense thing might not work out.
And again, kind of to Shinji's credit, he recognized that he wanted to play his game plan, but maybe just with a different character. And so he's willing to butt heads now, but in a way that's maybe more favorable for him.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Shinji play a lot more composed. He's playing slow. He's anti-airing. He's sitting back, playing north. He's not doing that jump in. Like, I want to get him.
Big conversion. Okay, what's Shinji going to get off this? Just a forward throw.
You can't back roll that. You just have to eat that. That's dash up, strong, or throw.
And that's the first round for Shinji, so he's answering back here. If he takes this, I mean, for how bad the set has looked for him up until this point in terms of score, I mean, we're tied up 1-1 if he takes it.
I mean, I think he's made the perfect adjustments. I mean, you see him playing that kind of mid-screen, just outside of sweep range, just outside of hop kick range, just, chilling out. And when he gets the hit, that's when he goes. And I think that's the way he needs to be playing.
Now, this is going to be huge damage for Mikeand1ke. He gets the crush counter off of the wake-up DP. And he's going to catch Shinji looking. That's really, really tough.
At that situation, it's pretty difficult, right? Because you have to determine, like, do I want to V-reversal, get her off, or do I want to save my trigger for the comeback situation? So, again, characters like that with those heavy comeback triggers, you kind of get baited into a poor situation where it's like, do you block it out?
Do I spend it? Do I hang on to it? What do I need to do? And I think that oftentimes you see a player's style dictate what they do with their V gauge.
Oh,
wow, the hop kick,
the hop kick.
So Shinji relying on it maybe a little bit too much now. Mikeand1ke's kind of seen it one too many times.
But again, we're seeing that Shinji is winning out in neutral. He's getting the life lead, but he just can't seem to close out. Like, once he gets hit, and Mike, at the entire time, Mike knows that no matter how low his life is, until he's dead, he can make a comeback. It's Laura, right? Yeah,
and you can really tell in this round especially, he's starting to condition Shinji. I mean, he got 3 command grabs in this round. He got one was back-to-back, and then he tried to establish a third one and was able to get it later in the round. So he's really starting to kind of make the better reads, I guess. He's okay, big counter hit from Shinji here. Nice conversion.
Again, each round starting off the same. Shinji just gets the life lead, wins out neutral, but suddenly here comes Laura and here comes Mike, and he's been able to make all the right reads on offense.
Okay, I like the use of meter. Shinji's certainly not shy about using it, but finding himself in some trouble here. Next hit will be stun. Oh, stays in front again.
The same situation again.
So that's 3-0 for Mikeand1ke. And so in the very first round of that set, you saw Mikeand1ke do kind of the fake cross-up, right? And Shinji blocked cross-up and then got hit. And that was the same situation where he faked cross-up. Shinji blocked cross-up and got hit.
I mean, ultimately, like, we saw Mikeand1ke go in for a lot of command throws too. When you're leading like that, it's not up to you to change the game plan. It's up to them, right? So it's like, why would you